Oh, thank you guys so much for being here on your Saturday morning. I really, really, really know how precious your time is, and I promise I don't want to waste it. So we are going to hop in with both feet, and we are going to go through quite a lot this morning. If you need to get up, walk around, grab a snack, get a drink throughout the morning, please feel free to do so. That's one of the wonderful things about kids ministry. We're not easily distracted. So get up, move around. If you just think better when you're on your feet, I totally get that. I have a few of those in my family as well. But we are going to do a few things today. Number one, we want to welcome new team members. Yay! We want to walk through the new kids manual because actually since this is launched, we haven't walked through it fully together. So we're going to do that today. And we're going to go through together a fun, one of my favorite teachings about starting with why. And we're going to do that kind of at the end and then have kind of a creative time together as teams. So it's going to be a really, really great time together. If at any point you have questions or whatever, again, holler, raise your hand, whatever we need to do. Now, for whatever reason, I was having issues printing all these this morning, so I apologize if you don't have a printed copy, but we're going to put these up here as we talk through the policy manual. It's also available on our website, so if you want to view it on your phone or you have a tablet or anything with you, you're welcome to do that. It's on the new kids portion of the website. You can click on that button and view it and walk through that. Not sure why this is getting so spotty. I'll try to hold still as best I can. And again, if you have questions, I'm going to move quickly and highlight certain things in this manual, but I can't emphasize enough. We are probably one of the most important ministries of the church to maintain policy because safety with children is non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable. You guys, if you're familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, safety is vital for a child before they can learn anything about Jesus, before they can feel loved, before they can feel they belong, they need to feel safe. And so we want to make sure that our children and our parents always feel safe, and that's why we have these policies, okay? Now, we always want to make sure the policies don't lead the ministry. It's not that way, okay? But we do want these to be a guideline, okay? These are the sides of the riverbed that keep us flowing in the right direction and make sure ministry can happen well here. So if ever you have a question about a policy or you're like, I don't get that, Sarah, I want to kick a little bit, come to me, okay? Because we're going to wrestle with these things. I know we don't have everything 100% down quite yet, but I do want you to know that everything that's in this manual is on par, in fact, far and above for a church of our size right now. So we did a lot of research to get to these policies that we have in our hand today. So, and if you can go to the next slide here, our strategy, okay, is we want kids to know that Jesus loves them and has a plan for their lives by teaching through Bible-based experiences and resources, okay? So we want kids to know Jesus loves you and has a plan for your life. We do that through Bible-based experiences and resources. The Bible is the foundation for everything we do here, not opinion, not our pastor's theology. It is the Bible, okay? That's the foundation. We also want them to know that we love them, okay? By consistently and faithfully connecting with kids and parents. Now you notice I didn't say consistently and faithfully showing up, okay? Because a lot of people can show up, but they're not connecting. We're consistently and faithfully connecting, not just with kids and parents. We're a family ministry. We say new kids, okay? But if you want to grow a kid, you better be growing their parents. So that's a vital part of everything that we do here. That's our strategy. Here are our values that guide us. Scripture. We all know Scripture shapes our lives. I might need to switch mics. Can you grab me another one, Ange? Ownership. Leaders make things better, okay? Leaders always make things better. If we see a piece of trash on the floor, we pick it up. We don't say that's somebody else's job. We don't wait for another person. Leaders own it. They make things better. Relationship. Every single child deserves to be known and loved. Every single one. I know that kid drives you nuts. I know they never listen. I know they're the one that throws the fits and throws themselves on the floor. They deserve to be known. They deserve to be loved. Excellence. Bringing our best inspires people and it honors God. We always bring our A game. We always come with excellence. Is it already on? Yeah. Thank you. And safety. Caring for kids is a sacred responsibility. Again, so I shared a little bit with the new people before, but I've been in ministry for a long, long time, all my life. And I've been a part of a lot of churches that were not safe. And all it takes is one person, you guys, to take a whole church down because of a lack of safety. And so we are going to prevent that because taking care of kids is a sacred responsibility. And so we're always going to be on that protective mode when we're taking care of other people's kids here. All right? Our declarations, you guys know these. We've been saying them every week, but these are a vital part of all that we are at NCC. Scripture shapes our lives. We own our spiritual growth. We change the world. We invest in the next generation. Joy is seen in who we are. We live life together, and we move forward. I'm not going to hang on that any longer because I know you guys know. Now, these are really important. The 5 S's of serving. Can you get there, Angela? Sweet. Oh, look at that little face. Look at that face. We want serving at NCC to be, you guys can say it. Satisfying. It should feel good. When you think satisfying, think James Brown principle. I feel good. Na, 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 na. Okay? And that doesn't mean that every time you leave, you're like, woo! But it should feel satisfying, like you're contributing something. It should feel sustainable. It should fit your season of life. Okay? If you have a new baby at home, serving every single Sunday might not be sustainable for you. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but you need to make sure it's sustainable. Suitable, your role fits your skill set, okay? If you hate being around 3-year-olds, don't teach in the 3-year-old class. I love you, but it's not a good arrangement for anybody. So it needs to be something that fits your skill set. It needs to be significant, meaning it adds value to you and it adds value to other people. It needs to be strengthening. Your role makes you a stronger Christian. It makes you a stronger leader. And again, I shared with the new people at the beginning, but every week when you guys come in, okay, when you come in and you serve children, you are not serving a potential person. You're serving a person. That child, whether they are 2 or 3 or 6 or 10, has the ability to change their world right where they are right now. And you have the ability to impact their life and to grow and learn from them, okay? And every week as we come together and we serve these kids, man, we are learning from them as well. And so it should feel like I'm getting stronger as a leader. I'm growing as a Christian because I've got these kids in my life for a push of, man, you want a kid to push your theology. They will. They'll make you think about stuff like, man, I really don't know how to answer that. Let me think about that for a while. And these 5 S's are so important that every single one of our staff members we have to have these memorized. We get quizzed on them monthly by Pastor Aaron. Okay, so this is how not only we measure how we're doing with you guys, but we're measured by this as a staff as well. So every year at our annual review, we measure ourselves on these and we're measured by them by Pastor Aaron because it's so important for us. So, where do you fit into all this? Here are our roles that we have on the New Kids team. We have travelers, caregivers. They create a safe and loving environment for babies, learning their names, and beginning the partnership between parents and New Community Church, okay? Handing over that precious little infant is so hard sometimes. And it's not just about making sure they have a clean diaper and they're fed. It's making sure they're loved. They're prayed over. We know their name. We know their parents. We know how things are going in their life. And you guys as travelers, caregivers are setting that example for what's to come too. Of, hey, we're here for you. Whatever it is that you need, we want to help you. Okay? Group leaders. This is pre-K and K-5. Invest in a small group of kids and lead them to the purpose God has for their lives by partnering with their parents. And this is really important. And we're going to brainstorm some more of this later. But by partnering with their parents is a very pivotal part of that because we're going to meet with these kids, but we also want their parents to feel like we're on their team and we're there with them during the week and doing things to resource and help them to grow, okay? And again, it's that small group setup. Guest host. Smile and greet every single family at NCC, making everybody feel welcome. So we make people who maybe haven't been to church ever, maybe haven't been to church in a long time, feel like, man, you belong here. Let me help you and make everything feel smooth. Coordinators, we don't have any of these yet, but we're getting close. Resource and empower New Kids team members to succeed. Worship and media team helps create a worship experience for our elementary students. Student leaders in the room. All right, still waking up. They help new kids leaders succeed by assisting in age-appropriate areas. And then our K-5 hosts, they walk through the curriculum up in our elementary service, handling the transitions and resourcing small group leaders and parents. All right? I know I'm kicking through. Any questions as of yet? You're all just soaking it in. All right, here's where we get down to the nitty-gritty. Leader expectations, okay? Families, kids, and students are watching you. Your words, choices, and relationship with God will be carefully observed and replicated by those who influence. You reproduce who you are. You can say whatever you want, but you will reproduce who you are, okay? And it matters. We don't expect everybody to be perfect. That's impossible. But we do want you to strive to make wise decisions and glorify God with your life. So qualifications. You don't have to have a degree. You don't need to have any kind of special training, okay? We want you to be committed to pursuing healthy transformation in your personal life, your family, and your community. We want you to be passionate about the mission of New Kids. That this is not just check a box, I feel better because I'm serving in a kids' room. No, we are changing kids' lives. We are investing in the next generation. We want you to be in agreement with what we believe at NCC, okay? And if you don't know, there's a link on there that you can follow. We want you to live a life of integrity, which means who you are in the light is the same as who you are in the dark. So what we see and what we don't see match up. That's integrity. Here are our expectations. We want you to show up consistently, mentally, mentally. You guys in the room know, like when you're here, but you're not here. And on time. And on time is early, okay? Early. It's embarrassing when a new family gets here and man, they've worked really, really hard to get their whole family together. And you know, you were new once. Like, you got the kids and their hair is done and their shoes are polished and everything looks great. And you show up and you're ready to check in and the classroom is closed because our teachers are running late. It's embarrassing. They worked really hard to prepare to get to church. So they should know we worked really hard to prepare for them to come. So that means we are early. And again, you guys know, I'm going to tout this until my kids graduate, but I know it's hard. I get 7 children up and ready and to church early every single week. It's not easier because I have a pastor's wife stamp or something. It doesn't get any easier, I promise. Jaren's always going to lose one shoe every single week, but we are going to make it. One week he seriously came to church with 2 different shoes on. Not at all joking. It's hard. I know it's hard, but we care enough. It's expected. We are friendly, and we greet every parent, kid, grandma, and crazy uncle. Okay, we need to smile and make sure everybody feels awesome. I know this can be hard for me because I'm very task driven, and I can be just busy on a Sunday morning buzzing about. Stop, smile, say hi to somebody, and make them feel awesome. Wear your new kid's name badge every single week. This tells people you're safe to hand my kid to, okay? This. Just because you're in a classroom doesn't mean you belong there. This tells people you're approved, okay? So wear this every single time that you are scheduled, all right? Observe the safety non-negotiables that we're going to review. Attend New Kids training, and this is so important, okay? Attend one, serve one. Attend one, serve one. I'm not going to ask because I don't want to embarrass anybody, but I sent a video last, I think, November, just a quick video message out to the team because I got very convicted about this because I got super busy last fall and I didn't realize I hadn't sat in a service in about 6 weeks, okay? And I can make all the excuses in the book. I'm a pastor and I have to blah, 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 blah. That's not an excuse. And I sat in service and I felt so washed over and I was like, God, why haven't I been doing this? Why haven't I been making this a priority? No wonder I feel dry. No wonder I feel tired. No wonder I feel frustrated because I'm not getting anything to pour out. So if you're not coming to service, you don't have anything to give to children. They need to be fed from the overflow of your life, not the dry bits that you can scrape out after a long week of whatever it is that you do, you know. So attend one, serve one. I know it's a commitment. You know, you got to get here early and then you got to stay, you know, for another service or vice versa. But I promise you, it is vital for your spiritual growth. We do not want you to burn out. We don't want you to get exhausted. We don't want you to get bitter because you're serving and you don't have anything left for yourself, okay? So please, 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 attend one, serve one. So, so, so vital. Live a life of integrity. I'm not going to go through that, but please, please do. There are some basic principles there that we really need you to abide by. We want to go down to the safety non-negotiables. So check in and check out. Okay, we want to make sure that every kid is properly checked in and checked out. That means every kiddo needs to have a sticker on before they enter the classroom. Now, you're going to have parents who come here all the time who are like, I'm going to drop my kid off and then I'm going to run over and get him checked in. Be that person and say, I love you and I know you're super busy. I can't let your kiddo into the class without a sticker on. Because as soon as we bend for one, y'all, it goes down the tube. So every kid who walks in the classroom needs to have a sticker on. That means that someone who's approved checked them into our system, okay? And so awesome, we now do this for brand new families as well. They get checked into the system their very first week. So every single person should have a sticker on when they come into the classroom, okay? When they check out, we always make sure that the parent tag code matches the kid tag code, okay? For a while, we were keeping these stickers in pre-K. We still do, okay? And I actually hold on to those for about a month. And I hate sharing stuff like this, but this is just the matter of it. Last summer, an Assemblies of God church about an hour away from here, a little girl was taken from the lobby by a relative, and they found her 2 days later in a well. And that relative was not approved to pick her up. Now, I don't know if that bent their policies. I don't know if the parent checked them out first, but I said that is not going to happen here. So we always make sure. You guys don't know if a father is allowed to pick up a kiddo. If they don't have the sticker, they do not get the child. If it's an issue, they can always talk to a staff member. We can get them a new sticker, whatever we need to do. If it's something simple like that, we don't, want to bite somebody's head off just because they've lost their sticker or threw it away with their coffee cup. But we do want to make sure they know safety is our top priority, and so we always want to make sure we can't rely in a church of our size on knowing every single person and who's approved to pick up and not pick up, okay? So always check that tag. If they have the tag, that's our sign that they are approved to pick up that kiddo. Cool? Questions about that, anything?
If we know the parents, are we going to be sticklers about, I still need you to bring me the sticker?
Yep.
Okay.
You have to see the sticker. Because if there's a visitor standing behind them, and you say, oh, I know you, but I don't know you. Sorry, I need your tag. Yeah, we're not going to do that. So everybody's fair. We need to make sure that everybody has their sticker.
So as she said, if you know the parent, but if they said they threw it away, then you send them back down to re-register? Or?
They need to get a new sticker, yeah. So either you can contact me, and this happens very rarely, but usually, and check-in is always set up there. We leave it on, so at any point, you can say, oh, just go back over to the check-in station, type in your phone number, print a new label. It's really, really simple. It takes 5 seconds. It's worth the safety. Yeah.
Can we just make sure that the host, whoever's hosting, is sending the parents to the small group leaders? Because I've had weeks where they're
elementary.
getting called. Yeah, they're getting called at the door, and I'm not making sure there's stickers, so I'm having to call parents over and stuff like that.
Yes, and we are working on that in elementary. We're getting parents used to walking over to the small group leader and handing them their sticker, but we will keep working on that.
What's the role with siblings that come to pick up younger siblings?
At this point, what we ask is that they are 13 or over. So we just want them to be of teenage age. I have had elementary kids come to pick up other elementary kids, and I just tell them, baby, I need your mama or dad or somebody else to come pick you up. So all the research I did, churches were all over the place on that, but I don't feel comfortable releasing a child to another child. A teenager, I get it. I'm like, if you're old enough to babysit, I understand that you might be picking up your sibling. Yeah. Cool? Okay, 2-person rule. This is vital. There must always be 2 adults in a room at all times, okay? If I don't have 2 adults, I will shut a classroom. We cannot have 1 adult in a classroom for your safety, okay, and for the child's safety. Don't ever be alone with a child. That's it. Appropriate affection, okay? Don't allow kids that are 3 years old and older to sit in your lap, and don't carry them around. Most churches landed on 2 years old for this. I bumped it to 3 because I know sometimes with 2-year-olds, they just need a little bit more, okay? But be cautious, y'all. I know they might be your friend's kiddo, but a visitor who sees you holding a kid and rubbing their leg does not know that that's your best friend's kid. So just think safety, okay? In our day and age, with everything going on, we just have to go above and beyond. So side hugs, sitting down on the floor next to them with them, just simple things like that where there's not a lot of extra touching going on or lap sitting or carrying around, okay? Bathroom rules. If there's a bathroom within the room, the restroom door must remain open, okay? We of course want to respect the privacy of our kids, so it doesn't have to be wide open, although like my kids never care. But it needs to remain cracked open, okay? If there is a girl in the bathroom, the leader providing assistance needs to be a girl. If it's a boy and there is a boy, let's have a boy in there, especially as the kids get older. But always, okay, always two people. And they need to stay inside of each other. So the one leg rule is preferred. You stand in the doorway, you have one leg in, you have one leg out, and you have eyesight with your other teacher, okay, at all times. Elementary people. Right now, because of our staffing, it's so hard to have two people to go to the restroom, and it's such a security issue because our bathrooms are in open access to everyone else. When we get our new building, thank you, Jesus, that won't be a problem. But for now, don't take kids to the bathroom in elementary, okay? They can hold it. If they can't, and they're about to pee their pants, okay, you call, text me, and we'll go together. But most of the time, and we've never had that happen. The whole time I've been here, I haven't had a kid pee their pants. So, because again, it's just a safety issue. It's a safety issue. Encourage parents and encourage the kids if it's a consistent issue. Please make sure you're taking your kids to the restroom before they come in, after they leave.
Hey Sarah, when
Yep.
you say for the travelers, kind of the same rule applies, like if it's a baby girl needing a diaper change, would you want a female to be with her and then
So diaper changes are another finicky thing that churches are all over the place with. I'm gonna be honest, I have a problem with saying that men cannot change babies' diapers. I don't think that that's a fair rule. And so it doesn't matter to me as long as there are two people and it's in sight.
Right.
So I just feel like it's unnecessary to say that men cannot change a diaper. That's where I'm at,
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
And the diaper changer is inside.
Exactly.
Yeah, that room,
Right.
you can't really.
Yeah.
Nope, exactly. Okay, illness and injury. To maintain the safety of all our kids, we don't want kiddos in the classroom if they have had any of the following symptoms for 24 hours prior. This handout, there's a parent handout that's given to all new parents that has these listed as well. But fever, vomiting, diarrhea, any kind of flu-like symptoms, lice, rash, eye discharge, nasal drainage that isn't clear. If you have a kiddo that you're concerned about, as I know this is hard, you guys, because we always want to lead with customer service, but leading with customer service means protecting the healthy children as well. So if someone's handing you a kid and they have green snot coming down their nose, just say, hey, I'm so sorry, we have a policy and blame it on me, okay? Our kids pastor, we just don't allow kiddos in the classroom who have colored stuff coming out of their nose. I'm so sorry, I know it's hard, they might not be sick, but with today's flu season, I think everybody's become a lot more understanding about this. If you're concerned about a kiddo, whether they have a fever, we do have a thermometer. It's usually kept in the Explorers classroom. If you need it to take a kid's quick temperature, we can do that, and we will contact the parents. If ever they have, again, stomach symptoms, anything like that, do not hesitate to contact the parents and let them know. Just for safety, we want to make sure everybody's healthy, okay? Emergency procedures, be familiar with all of the emergency safety procedures, that safety manuals in every classroom. Make sure you know what to do. I had the fire inspector stop by this week. That was really fun. And we were talking about just the new building that we're adding on and everything. And he said, oh yeah, you guys don't have tops on the tops of your pre-K doors. So like in the event of like a lockdown, okay, if someone were to come onto our campus, God forbid, with some kind of a weapon, you need to know what to do, and that is to get into the bathroom with those kids, okay? So review those. It's one quick review so you know kind of quickly what to do or where to go in the case of a tornado or in the case of, okay? And you grab your walkie-talkie, you grab your roster, and you go to the appropriate place. There's a fire escape plan on every single one that's appropriate for that particular room, okay? And so you need to know that stuff because in that moment, we just need to be calm. And I hate thinking worst case scenario, but we just need to know. So just make sure you've reviewed that. If you're in a room regularly, that's hanging on the wall, look through it real quick and make sure you're familiar with those policies, okay? Food and drinks, we don't allow food and drinks. We allow water, of course. Water is okay. We don't allow food or drinks for you or for kiddos. And again, this is because of potential allergies. We have a lot of kids that come, and I have a kiddo who's allergic to wheat and allergic to dairy, and at the age of 2, he didn't know, that so-and-so's donut, he was not allowed to shove in his mouth. And so for safety, we just don't allow food or drinks in the classroom, okay? And I know that's hard, and I think our parents are getting used to it, but there are still parents who want to hand over their 3-year-old with a cup full of donuts and just say, I'm so sorry, I just need them to finish that before they enter the classroom. Just for safety, we want to make sure our kids are safe. We have elementary kids that do this all the time, and they sit right back here with me until they finish their donuts, and then they can come into the class. And it usually only takes 1 or 2 times for them and their parents to remember, okay? Disciplinary procedures. All children have a bad day once in a while, okay? I know yours never, ever do. But when a child is misbehaving, we want to offer redirection in an age-appropriate manner, okay? I shouldn't have to say this, but there's no physical discipline allowed. There's no slapping, spanking, any kind of anything involving your hands, okay? So these are our steps. We correct. We offer verbal correction as playfully as possible. Think eye contact. Level, okay? Hey, bud, we don't hit with trucks, okay? We're not gonna do that, and we don't wanna hurt anybody, no hurts, okay? Quick, simple, eye contact, proximity, not, hey, Bobby, put the truck down over there, okay? Close, eye contact, playful as much as you can, okay? Redirect the child's attention away from the problem. So if they're fighting over a toy, grab a different toy, or let's go over here and read a book, or, okay, try to offer redirection. If the behavior persists, place the child seated away from the others, but still in your sight, not facing a corner, okay, and let them know, hey, we're gonna have a sit and think time, okay? We need to sit because we can't be hurting other people. We don't want anybody to hurt you, and so we can't allow you to hurt other kids either. So let's just sit and think for a minute, and 1 minute for every year of age, max, okay, max. I know that's hard to keep track of in the moment, but oftentimes just having them in proximity to you for a little bit will solve the problem itself. If a kiddo is in timeout multiple times, so 2 or more, give me a call. Now, we've only had this happen a couple of times, but when we have, these kiddos have just had such a rough day that they are endangering themselves and endangering other kids. If they're throwing their head back on the ground, or they're continually grabbing another girl's hair, okay, 2 timeouts is plenty of time to know this is just not for today. We're just gonna have to, that's why we have a cry room up here for parents to come with their kiddos and just have a break and still participate in the service, okay? If a child needs to be removed from a class 3 times, the parent will need to accompany the child for 2 to 3 weeks the next couple of times they come in. Okay, and again, this has only happened a couple times, but if you have a kiddo who is biting repeatedly, we're gonna have to have the parent present because whenever you have a kiddo who's hurting another kiddo and you've got 8 in there, you cannot be so on that one the whole time. The parent then has to come in and be that monitor, kind of helping, observe the behavior, monitor, and get them readjusted to the classroom environment, okay? If it's up here with elementary kids, it's the same thing. I mean, really, hopefully they're not harming themselves, hopefully they're listening, but we want to observe those same policies. Cool? Okay. So, last part, how do I join the team? Application. If you filled out that serving form last Sunday, that's a sufficient application. But if you talk to somebody else who's interested in considering joining the team, the application's on our website under New Kids, okay? And they can click it and it shows all the roles and the commitment that goes with each role. And it's not saying, I'm going to do this. It's just, it'll come to me, and then I'll chat with them and kind of see where they're a good fit. Online background check. Everyone has to have a background check. Then we'll have a talk. It sounds like some people use the word interview, but it's not. I just want to get to know you a little bit more and hear a little bit about your story and what I can do, where's a good fit for you. Training, which is like this. I'm also working on an online orientation. I have pieces like for pre-K, but I'm working on a complete set so that if someone, couldn't attend something like this, they could walk through it online and get all the education they need. And then demonstration, which is shadowing, and then joining the team. All right, any questions about any of that?
No, the last 2 pages that you went over, are they anywhere? Because
Yeah, I think our printer ate them. Mine was missing them too. I don't understand. I don't know. So I can get you guys a copy, and again, they're available on our website.
okay.
What I do need though is everyone needs to fill out one of the agreements, okay? And so if you have already done this for me, you've already done it and you're fine. If you have not, or you don't know for sure if you did, you probably didn't. I'm gonna go make copies here in a minute, and that way everybody has an agreement. I thought I had enough, but again, I don't know what our printer's doing this morning. It has a mind of its own. So I'm just missing random pages, and I will get you one. Any other questions?
When will we get our lanyards?
You will get them, I usually make them after I know for sure what classroom you're in, so after you've shadowed, because then I can put your area on your lanyard.
Okay.
And I'll let you know, and they'll be hanging, if you're downstairs in pre-K, they'll be hanging in the kitchen. If you're up here, they'll be hanging back there in my office. I do want to let you know that it's a 1-year commitment. You're not signing your life away when you join the New Kids team. Every spring, every January, we'll do this again, okay? And we'll sign on for another year. I realize that, something might happen throughout the year where you're like, man, my life majorly changed or my career changed and I can't do it. But we're asking everyone to commit for the year because that's how we plan. So, any other questions?
Are the new lanyards supposed to be replacing the new kid shirt?
Yeah. We originally talked about doing shirts, but people don't like to wear special shirts at NCC. So, they like to work out in them, but they don't like to come to church in them. So we did lanyards instead.
Guilty of
True
that.
story.
True.
I don't use mine.
Yeah, it's true. You had a question, Mike?
What if you have a lanyard up here, but you're also working downstairs and you don't have a
Work those legs. Walk up the stairs. Or you can keep it wherever you want to. Once you have your lanyard, y'all, I'm not going to keep checking on it or babysitting it. You can put it in your purse or your car, or you can leave it downstairs or up here or wherever you want to stash it. Don't stash it in the classroom; it will disappear. But either in the kitchen, up here, or somewhere you want to hang on to it.
Or you mean you need the label to say pre-K?
Yeah, and K-5.
Yeah, and I'll update them whenever you're consistently serving somewhere. I'll make sure that your lanyard says it. Doesn't mean that you can't. If yours says K5 and you're in Travelers, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not allowed to be here. It's not like that. It's just a general thing.
Well, I was gonna ask, what if we serve practically everywhere? But then you said that, so.
Then it says PK, pastor's kid. Any other questions? Awesome. Okay. So we are going to, that's right. I have 3 things I wanted to mention. First of all is I'm very, very excited because this week we ordered New Kids postcards. And so there is going to be a packet, a rubber banded postcards in every classroom. And whenever you have a new kiddo or you have a kiddo's birthday, okay, and I'm working on getting a report so that we know what those are, or you just feel like it, you can jot a little note to a kid and we're going to mail them a postcard that week. So all you need to do is make sure you only write on the left side of the postcard because we can't mail it if it's written on the right side. But just jot them a little note and then leave them either in the classroom or hand them personally to me, and I will get them mailed out to the kids every single week, okay? So that's just a simple little way for kids to feel like $1 million that week when they get a postcard saying, I'm so glad you visited NCC on Sunday, or happy birthday, okay? So those will be in elementary, they'll be in your small group bins. And then downstairs, they'll be in the classroom in the little clear things. Okay? So I'm pumped about that. We started visitor check-in. Do you have a question about the postcards?
No, but it do kind of have a light bulb go off in my head.
About?
Which is very rare. But yeah, the thought of the postcard, is there any way, is it being tracked on children that maybe have not been here for a while? Where we can send them, we miss you?
You can do that on your own, so you can see if you notice that a kiddo's been gone and jot their name on there and write it. There is a report that we can pull that shows kids who haven't been here in a while. It's just getting there. It's getting there. And I like the way you think. And then a couple other things that we've started. We have started visitor bags for new kids. So again, the parent gets a packet of information about the church and our policies and new kids temporary tattoos and stickers and just fun stuff for the kid and for the parents. So they get those every week. And then also, of course, like I mentioned, the visitors are now getting checked into the system right away when they first come versus having a handwritten tag for a while. So I'm super pumped about those things. Wanted to make sure I mention them. Any other questions before we move on?
Yeah, can you type up the steps for the, adding the new kids? Because, I learn visually, not auditory, so it's like when in the mode, you know, when they're there and you're in a hurry, it'd be nice if we had it typed up so that we could just, you know, look at that cheat sheet to
Sure.
know where to type everything in.
Yeah, I can do that. Okay, so we are going to move on to the leadership time. So I want you